Do you want to know the most common thing that gets in the way of reaching your personal success? The answer is your ego. Your ego is responsible for seeking approval of others and what they may think if you fail. Your ego is there to constantly tell you what is lacking. Simply, the ego is not your friend. Here are 7 ways to control your ego and stop it from reaching your goals. 1. Embrace your beginner's mind. When you start anything with a beginner's mind in place, you have no real expectations of what might happen. Starting something fresh each day, you'll learn more and more, and it will be impossible for the ego to rear its ugly head and tell you what you don't know what you should be doing. Because, you are just a beginner and learning a little each day. Number 2, control what you can. Most things in life we can't control. You can't control what other people will think about you, or how much someone else has, also called jealousy. In fact, the ego loves to try to control these uncontrollable things. Don't waste your time. But the good news is that you can control things like your effort or how much time you want to commit to a goal. Focus on those. Number 3, just get started. The quickest way to stop the ego from telling you that you can't do something is to get started and prove it wrong. Just sitting around and thinking that this isn't the perfect environment for the ego to rear its ugly head. It loves to come in when you're just sitting there thinking. But on the flip side, getting started and taking action makes it incredibly difficult for the ego to chime in. Number 4, focus on the now. Our ego is all about the past and the future. It thrives on bringing up the past and telling you how you couldn't do something before, so of course you can't do it now. And the future reactions, maybe of your friends and family talking about you negatively if you don't succeed. Where it cannot live, though, is in the present moment. The present moment is the only thing that is actually real in our lives, anyhow. So focus your efforts there. You'll be amazed at the successes you can achieve. Number 5, stop storytelling. We love to get caught up in our story and how it may pan out. The problem is, it never turns out the way that we imagined, which, of course, causes frustration. It's okay to have end goals in mind, but the journey on getting there may look very different than how you are imagining it. By focusing on the present moment and not on your story, you'll be more primed to reach your goals. Number 6, don't compare yourself to others. I know, this is one of the hardest things to do, but the ego thrives on looking at what other people have and telling you what you don't have, thus making you feel inferior. One of the biggest issues with comparing to other people is that we tend to compare only one aspect of someone's life to our entire life. It's not really fair. We look at our rich friend and are jealous of what he has, but don't spend the time thinking about all of his problems. Trust me, he has them. So instead of spending your time and energy focused on others, put the effort into yourself. If you want to compare yourself to anyone, make that person your previous self so you can learn and grow. Number 7, define your purpose. Once you are able to identify your true purpose in life, the ego starts to fade away into the background. That's because you have a North Star you are focusing on, and you know that hurdles are going to pop up along the way. You don't let them get to you and bring you down. You certainly don't care what other people think about your path to fulfill your own purpose. In the end, live your purpose, eliminate your ego.